All right, I'm going to share this real quick. I'm going to be brief. I wasn't planning on coming on here giving a word, for I am indeed retired. In fact, in this dream that I'm going to share with you all, I was retired. Amen. So I wasn't planning on giving this word, but I'm going to tell you what made me make the decision, not necessarily moved me. What made me make the decision to record this word is because the nature of the dream, it's severe, it's most important. If I was on the other side of the spectrum, I would definitely want God's vessel, prophet, prophetess, you know, to release this information so that I can hear it. You get what I'm saying? I would definitely want it to, be shared so I can receive it. If I was on the other side of the spectrum, that's one of the things that keep me. You get what I'm saying? That's one of the things that, caused me. You get what I'm saying, to do what I'm doing, to continue. And then also, I just feel like, because God gave it to me, number one, to inform me and my tribe. But also, He knew that I would share this information. It's already about to be nighttime, and I had this dream upon waking up around 7 in the morning. So that lets you know right there that I was not going to share it. Wasn't it didn't I wasn't busy today. But that two other things, I was just watching shorts, and I saw this young black couple that's completely unaware of the times. It's the boyfriend channel of a family, right? And he was putting together, or putting up decor in his stepdaughter's bathroom, and the mom was in the video. She said she wanted to make an appearance or whatever. But the point is that this is a young, beautiful, actually their son is a prophet. They got a son that's like 1 or 2, but this is a young, beautiful black couple family, and they're completely unaware of the times. So that's, another reason why I made the decision. Not necessarily moved, but it's just like unfortunate. That's crazy to me. That's bizarre to me. And then also, I heard somebody, briefly talking about the mind of God and so forth. So since God is revealing his mind to me as he normally do on a daily basis, I made the decision, a conscious decision, to share with you all the real mind of God, the truth of God, the Rhema, and also Kairos of God. Amen. So this is a prophetic dream that I had today. Today is June 22nd, 2026. Is around probably like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. 7 p.m., 8 p.m. my time. The dream is real brief, so let me be brief. All right, I don't care about who receive, who like, who, whatever the case is. I don't care if you believe me or whatever. For those of you that will believe on me, will receive this word and believe on this word, good for you. You get what I'm saying? And for all those that won't, that's on y'all. I'm also doing this to release this, because I also believe in the dream. Once I release this, it will activate something, right? And we're going to talk about it. So the dream was, I was minding my business. I was in the area, in the vicinity of the first church that I ever stepped foot on consciously, where I can remember. The first church in my mind and in my heart and in my soul that I ever stepped foot on, right? I've talked about this in the past, a church that I went to or whatever. Right. The church, I'm not sure if it was the exact church, but it was in the area, or, maybe it was depicting that church. And so I was going to a nearby store near where the church people were. I had no idea that the church people was going to be there or whatever. I don't have control over my dream. This is what God just want to reveal to me, or what God, prophecy of God, right? The mind of God, the revelation of God, and so forth. So in the dream, I was minding my own business, just about to go to the store real quick. And in the dream, I was retired. I wasn't an active prophet, right? I was retired, very much well so. And so I saw this church in session, or whatever, however you want to call it. And they were all in the circle formation, right? Side by side. And the leaders, they were together towards the middle, but in the circle formation. And I don't know how it started, or what happened exactly. All I know is I just ended up, going towards them, and, wanting to reveal the mind of God to them, because I knew, or, I must have overheard, or whatever the case was. And I knew that they was completely unaware of the times. So I went in, and I didn't go in the center, but I went near the center, like towards the side, but in the middle, in the middle of everybody. And I was revealing to them that we only had a month left. I was telling them, I'm not sure if I mentioned the rapture, but I was letting them know that we only had a month left. I kept reiterating that. I told them, those that were, completely unprepared, and, living their life as a sinner, just completely doing their own thing, and not, doing anything, what they purposed here to do, and so forth. They just, doing their own thing. I told them that they will miss God. And I remember, the group that I was nearby, they believed on me, and they was greatly, severely devastated. And I was telling them, like, you better try for the next 30 days. You better try to, take hold of God's heart, and have him to change his mind concerning you. Like, basically, I'm paraphrasing, but this is basically what I was saying to them. I was like, you better try. You better do all that you can do for these next 30 days. And then I remember that the whole group that believed on me, they left the church. And then I think before they left and I was still talking, I believe I mentioned about, there's no reason to go to church right now. I told him, I was like, we living literally in the last days, the last of the days. There's no reason to go to church right now. I remember that the leaders, I remember looking at them or whatever, because I was talking to everybody. And they were guilty. They were ashamed. They were, they was mute. They was on mute. You get what I'm saying? They couldn't say nothing. And yep, like 35% of their congregation left. Maybe I'm seeing 45%. 45% of their congregation left. And I believe as I release this, that there will be a reduction in people going to church. You get what I'm saying? Because it's not the time for that. For the mind of God, or the spirit of God, or the revelation of God is not found in church at this time, in these last days. I'm not saying that it was never found there, because I've attended church before my past, but we have to understand the timing, or we got to be mindful of the timing of God. It's not the time to, if that was the case, then everybody would be aware. Why did I need a prophet that is no longer active? I mean, I could be, like, as far as like the timing, it's not the season for me to be active, but I can move in and out of season, right? And so why would, your leaders is here, your pastors and so forth, and they're not teaching y'all the truth. They don't even know the truth themselves. They not even about that life. So why did I need to, go and say and do what I did, right? And people believed on me, and it was a great falling away. They left, right? And they took heed to what I said. I told the man, because it was one main man where when I was telling them, if you haven't been doing what God, like you just been doing your own thing, you haven't been about your father's business, he was devastated. He was like, oh, like, and I was like, but that don't mean, you stop trying, or you better do all that you could do. You know what I mean? And if not, then and I'm saying this additionally to you all. If not, at least you'll be prepared for the 7-year tribulation. You get what I'm saying? You continue until death do you part. You get what I'm saying? You for the next 30 days, you prepare yourself. You know what I mean? You try to get in where you fit in with the Lord, and focus solely on God. Like, do whatever you need to do. Right? Fast. You get what I'm saying? And so forth. Do whatever you need to do, whatever God is leading you to do, whatever you feel in your heart to do. Right? And then, if you're not raptured in the next 30 days, or I heard, well, in the dream, I said a month. So within a month, by the time we raptured, then carry on. You get what I'm saying? Finish what you started until, your last breath. You feel what I'm saying? Within the 7-year tribulation, and you will be saved. You will see me again. You will be extremely grateful that you took heed to this prophetess that many people is not receiving. But don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. Receive this word on today. That's why I'm coming back to do it. It is to save somebody. In my dream, I said we had a month left. And the timing is perfect, y'all. God has already revealed this to us months ago. He already told us that we was moving. The dates align. And it wasn't just about moving. It was about obedience. It was about location, right? For pickup type of thing. So God is perfect in all his ways. You could be a fool if you want to. Don't be like many people. They're gonna wait until the 7-year tribulation, or after the rapture, which will be the start of the 7-year tribulation, to believe. Don't be like that, because it's gonna make it more harder. Then you're not gonna have time to try to believe. You need to try now. You got a month left to try now. Die trying. You get what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. You will be received. Amen. That way in the 7-year tribulation, you'll be good. Because you won't have time to try then. You got to already be walking in it to death do you part, until your last breath. Amen. That's all I got to say. I just wanted to say that. So I've never had a dream like this before. I don't have control over my dream. God caused me to say, God is revealing his mind to us. We have one more month left, and I believe him, and I pray you do too.